Hello my friends and fellow VEDSies, it is time for a video response. So, Caleb challenged us to create a color-themed video of some kind, and Tessa took this idea and decided to make a video all about songs as different colors. I thought this seemed like a really fascinating exercise. It reminds me of something that I did in Curiosity Club back in high school, where we all sat and listened to a piece of classical music and were invited to respond to it however we liked. So we all sat and listened, and everybody had a notebook or a sketch pad or something, and people would draw or write or doodle, whatever. They'd find some way to respond to it, and then at the end we all sort of compared our notes, and it was really interesting to see what kind of themes came up for people. Like, I was writing something, and I think, if I'm remembering correctly, I was writing about like rabbits or some animals like hopping over hills, and someone had drawn something very similar. This idea of imagining songs as different colors really appealed to me because I thought it would be interesting to compare notes and see what our different interpretations of these songs and these colors are and whether they line up. So I've got a list, and I'm going to use the same colors that Tessa used so we can compare notes. So first color is red. This is where on Tessa's list, I would have switched the red and orange picks, and I think that might be reflected in my red pick. The song that I chose is I Wanna Get Married by Nellie McKay. Red to me has a kind of richness that seems to pair well with jazz. Red also makes me think of romance, and this song, even if ironically, is a very romantic sort of song. It's possible I'm being influenced by Nellie McKay's red coat on the album cover, but who knows. Orange was a very difficult color for me. I feel like it's fun and vibrant and bouncy, but there was nothing that felt quite right until I got to Matches by Sifu Hotman. I think it's the bass line in this one that decided it for me, that boom, 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 boom. I think I just associate orange with groovin', and Matches has got that groove. Yellow was fairly straightforward. I also picked a Dodie song like Tessa, but the song that I chose is Absolutely Smitten. And yeah, okay, maybe this is an easy pick because Dodie yellow was a thing. We associate Dodie with yellow, but I also think that yellow is so upbeat and bright, and it just sort of makes sense for it to be a ukulele track. Yellow to me is bright and silly and cheery, and this song has all of those qualities. Green was another difficult pick, but I decided to go with Community Gardens by The Scary Jokes. I think the kind of green that I have in mind for this song is like very middle of the road green, very bright, vibrant. Green to me has that same like energy and bounciness as orange, but at the same time is soothing and calming. I'm just thinking about like the way that leaves bounce when rain hits them. For blue, my pick is Both Sides Now by Joni Mitchell, and this is a song that I feel very confidently is blue, and the kind of blue that's evolved over the years. Like, her initial recording of the song was like light sky blue, and as she got older and like the later re-recordings of this song, like the version that's in Love Actually feels like a deep, like indigo blue. Okay, purple I knew was going to be Hosier of some kind, I just didn't know what track, but I think that actually the song that I'm gonna go with is his cover of Do I Wanna Know by Arctic Monkeys. Purple is like rich and lush and elegant. There's also something like laid back about it, something kind of regal, so this slow jam just seemed like the perfect fit. And honestly, if you look at my red and blue picks, I think that my purple pick makes sense. For pink, I've chosen Eyelashes by Tori Kelly. Pink to me seemed like it had to be a song about a crush of some kind, and I set a rule for myself that I couldn't pick any songs that had the color in the title, otherwise I would have chosen Pink in the Night by Mitski. But yeah, I ended up going with Eyelashes. I think it's very fun. It's a very flirty sounding song about being not very flirty. But yeah, Pink to me was just sort of like lighthearted, romantic, and we're thinking not like bubblegum pink, but a little bit more natural blush pink here. For brown, I decided on Hang Me Oh Hang Me by Dave Van Ronk, although I am thinking of the Oscar Isaac version from Inside Llewyn Davis. Brown feels sort of earthy and Melancholy Brown had to be a folk song. And now for our shades, black and white. For black, I picked Feel Better by Penelope Scott. It's got this like darkness and grit to it and intensity to it. It's the kind of thing that I put on when I'm in a very black mood. And for white, I chose Cartoon People by Billy Martin because it has that kind of light, airy quality to it. Cartoon People feels like a song that's drifting past you on a breeze. So those are my picks. It's quite an eclectic list, so I imagine that folks might have to look up some of these songs, but this was a very interesting exercise, and I would love to know if any of my picks resonate with you, or if you feel completely differently about matching colors to songs. Let me know. Thanks again, Tessa, for inspiring this video, and Caleb for issuing the challenge that started it all, and my friends and fellow VEDSies, I will see all of you tomorrow.